Why is my printer reconnecting? It's not midnight. I hope it's not midnight. That would have been a way longer
Oh,
rant than
no.
I was expecting.
Nope. It's not even midnight here.
Yeah, I don't know why the printer reconnected.
It did that last time. It's like one of your printer randomly reconnected like half an hour before midnight. I was like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I've been having trouble with the printers lately. We got two of them, and one's a Canon and one's a Lexmark, and neither of them play nice.
Yeah, you need to move to all your graphics to your deck printer.
Yeah, I gotta
in
figure
Sixel.
out. I gotta figure out how to do like Sixel and Regis or whatever. Yeah, Sixel I guess is what it is on the LA50. If I can figure out how to print stuff with Sixel graphics on that LA50, I'll just like never use anything else. But I don't know how to do that over RS-232. I'm sure it's possible over RS-232. The whole thing was RS-232 based.
I'm pretty sure you just have to use a terminal window and just pipe a file that's in Sixel. It just works.
Oh, we'll give that a shot one night.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do some printers, man. Even when they're being a pain, printers, Valve's printers are no joke. Also, you said, all right. This I tried to take the PNG of the power supply and turn it into a PDF, but it still ended up at like 100 megs. So it takes forever to load.
Yeah, sometimes stuff just doesn't want to compress.
Yeah, it's a 155 megabyte PDF, and it was like 130 megabyte PNG. So somehow I made it larger by turning it into a PDF.
I might be able to compress it by using the weird techniques I found when I was doing stupidly large schematics.
Doesn't even want to open the PDF. We'll see if it'll do the PNG. Oh, I'm trying to open it from I'm trying to stream it from the server. Oh, no wonder I'm having trouble with this. Okay. I copied these to the desktop, but now I've created a monster.
Because they're huge, I imagine we don't have a copy. Oh yeah, they would be on the Git, right?
Yeah, they're on Kaelren's Git. If somebody could link that.
Maybe print it at a lower DPI.
Nah, we're just gonna send it to 2-bit.
Yeah, the problem was I was trying to stream it off the server, and the pipe between here and the server is pretty saturated with the Twitch stream. I forgot that I had copied them to the desktop. I was just looking at the wrong one is all. Geez, even the one that I copied to the desktop is painfully slow. Yeah, apparently Ocular does not like 150 megabyte PDFs. All right, there we go. So we've got, let me see if I can orient this in a way that makes sense.
Yeah, no. When I tried patching huge schematics together, I ran into the problem. It's like, oh, PNG does not support this resolution. What?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So now that we've got the correct, or I guess we'll go ahead and get actually started and bring anybody that doesn't know what's going on up to speed. Kaelren and oh man, I forgot the name on the Discord. Alexander, I think, have done some pretty phenomenal work in finding Richard, not Alexander. Richard, I don't know where the heck I got Alexander from. Kaelren and Richard over on the Discord have done some incredible work finding the original TI-980 schematics. Kaelren in particular has a GitHub with almost all of the 980A schematics that we need, which is great because we've been trying to shuffle along with the 980B schematics, and enough stuff is different that it hasn't been going well. But now that we have the proper schematics, I think we can go through and start looking at, or at least troubleshooting the computer. So I think the first thing that we want to do is verify that we do indeed have all of the correct voltage levels making it into the rest of the computer, because we were basing it on the 980B, and it's entirely possible that the B and the A have slightly different voltages going through them for whatever dumb reason. So I think that's the first thing we're going to do today. If all of that looks good and things seem to be happening correctly, then we'll use the schematics to troubleshoot likely the memory controller card, because I think that's the one that generates the clock. And if I remember, the last time we were on this, we weren't seeing the clock at all, which is why the front panel is totally dead. But we'll start with the power supply. And Kaelren's, I'll drop a link to Kaelren's GitHub in the Discord, or yeah, in the Discord Friday Night Twitch, if I can find it. There it is. Let's just copy this. Let's go copy text, I guess. No, why don't I just, let's just copy the link, copy message link. There we go. So if you're on the Discord and you want to see the schematics, that link that goes to Karen's. Also, I think EndroraFox just dumped a boatload of gifted subs. Thank you so much, EndroraFox. That's awesome. That's 10 gifted subs, man. Is that 10? I think that is 10 gifted subs.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. Or 8. That's 8 gifted subs. Thank you so much. 8 to clean up to the 10. Gotcha. That's why I'm reading 10 out of 10 on there. Thank you so much, man. That I think that gets most everybody that's here fully subbed up. That's awesome. Excellent. All right, let's I'm going to pull up the schematic here, which means I won't be able to see the Discord chat for a little bit, but I am going to try and resize this so I can at least see Twitch chat. Total aside, not related to anything at all, I finally bit the bullet and started playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I love it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, I played the original Final Fantasy VII when it came out, and well, I played it on PC when they released it on PC in '98, I think. Like that was my first proper JRPG, and it's like right in that niche that I love of like dystopian near future alternate reality type stuff. Is really like it was the perfect genre, the perfect time in my life. So it was like Final Fantasy VII was just like an important thing in my childhood. I was in high school. But when the remake came out, I knew that I heard that it was going to be I learned that it was going to be a trilogy, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to wait until all 3 games come out. And I couldn't make it until the 3rd game came out because Square Enix had like a huge sale. And so I got both a remake and rebirth for like less than half off, which was ridiculous. I don't know how they can afford that. But the 3rd game releases next year, and I looked at it and it's like 200 hours of gameplay on each of those. I'm like, well, if I'm looking at 400 hours of gameplay, I won't finish Rebirth before I think it's Revelations comes out. But yeah, it's fantastic. I love it. Okay, so we'll just go down the line here. We'll start at 79 and 80, which is ground. That makes sense because that's big old ground plane. 77 and 78 is supposed to be a plus 5 volt sense, and that's not wired up to anything. And then we have a ground, and then we alternate between ground and plus 5 volts. And I think the plus 5 volts is on the other side. So there's ground, plus 5, 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 all the way down. So it might be better to start counting from 1 over. So 1 and 2 is also ground, which is correct. 3 and 4, it says here, is 3, 4, 5, 6 is a plus 16.2 volt.
Yeah.
We don't have any wire wrap on that, but I'm guessing that there's a trace that runs to that. But I don't remember, is that where we piped plus 16 volts to on the 980B? I feel like we put plus 16 volts someplace else. I mean, I suppose I can check it by putting my probe on the plus 16 meanwhile over there.
Hope we're not sending 16 volts where it shouldn't go.
Yeah, I mean, that's a slight concern. Which one of you is plus 16? You're 5. You're going to be my plus 16. So that's going to be our plus 16, which should be on 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Okay, that's correct. Yeah, we've got plus 16 on 3 and 4, 5 and 6.
Okay.
So that's good news, at least. And then 7, 8, 9, and 10 is our plus 5 standby, which should just be regular plus 5. I'm pretty sure that's how we wired it up. So if I take you and I touch you to regular plus 5 here, we go 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 and 8, which is standby. That's good. 9 and 10 is also standby. That is good. So we've confirmed 7, 8, 9, 10 are plus 5. 11, 12, 13, 14 look like they should also be plus 5.
-5.
Oh, those are minus 5? Did I read that wrong? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. That is minus 5. So let me get onto this one here. That's my minus 5. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 is indeed minus 5. So should be 13 and 14. That is indeed correct. Okay. So all of that wiring seems to be on point here. 15, 16 being plus 19.5 volts is a bit of a concern. Let me see what that is. 1,
I don't
2,
think we need it.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, I beg to differ. I've got wire wrap wires on that go to the front panel.
19.5.
Or maybe not the front panel. They go to, I'm guessing memory. Yeah. That's CPU, memory control, and then actual memory. Yeah. So I've got wire wrap wires from, let me just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. I've got wire wrap wires from 15 and 16 to the memory, which we're not doing. I don't think we're generating a 19.5 volt anywhere.
No, but I don't think that the memory controller uses it either.
I mean, I can check. Let's see here, because it's, if I remember, it's CPU, memory controller, and then we have our actual memory boards.
But-
So the third slot is going to be the memory controller. Let me just get a clip lead here. That'll make life a little easier.
But it wasn't used on the 980B. Is it used on the 980A? Like,
so for a fact, we have it on, let's see here, CPU.
Oh.
For a fact, we have it on the memory cards.
Yeah.
all of the memory slots.
There is 19.5. Pin 71, 72 on P1 and 9 and 10 on P2.
Yep.
And it going through a bunch of capacitors to ground and 19.5 volts is available on the board, plus 16.2.
Yeah, we've
Now
got the
that's weird.
16.2 volt going. That one's wired up and going to the right places.
Yeah, well, it's going through there's a CR5 on the memory controller board.
Take some
It's
notes
going
here.
to plus 16.2 through a regulator, 1N4383, which is a Zener. Windows is just, I turned all of the stupid USB disconnects off. And now my USB stuff is randomly, I don't know what's going on and off, but it's going on and off all over the place. Let's see. 1N4383 data sheet.
I mean, that's a voltage rail that's supposed to be on the memory cards. It might be a good idea to get them on the memory cards. Like it's clearly wired up to be there. So I'll just keep double checking the rest of the rails here. We'll see if anything else jumps out at us.
Yeah.
So that's 15, 16. 17, 18 is not wired up to anything unless there's traces, but I don't think there are. I think the only traces on the actual backplane are for plus 5 volts or ground. Yeah. So that would be 17, 18, and that makes sense because 17, 18 is a disconnect. 19, 20 is not wired up to anything. 21, 22 is not wired up to anything. But 23, 24 is. That's our M reset active low. And I think that's the one that we have a separate wire tied up to. Uh, 25, 26 is POFF. That's wired up to something. Oh, that's pulled low to
Power
ground.
off.
That is wired straight to ground. So there's a wire wrap jumper that goes from that to ground. So whatever it is, it's permanently pulled low. I don't think we need to worry about that.
It just off. Do you have an external USB hub anywhere in your stuff right now?
You talking to me or Tom?
Tom,
Yeah, I've got them plugged in all over the place.
if any one of those is underpowered or overloaded and blinks, the entire bus has to be re-enumerated.
The only thing, actually nothing. Even the USB hard drive is plugged into my laptop right now, so there's nothing that's overdrawing.
Okay.
the 5 terabyte drive. So that could be causing problems, but currently on the Windows system, it's not even connected.
Yeah. Okay. I just thought that might be one of the things that's slowing you down.
Yeah, I've experienced
I've had-
that, but
I had problem with USB at some point. I installed on my Windows machine USB log view, which logs every disconnect. Because I was getting random pings at random intervals. I was like, what the heck is doing it? And I also have a USB tree view that tells me a lot about what's blowing up.
All right, we've got
USB tree view rocks.
Yeah.
we've got four things that we got to figure out here, and I think that may be why one of these might be why we're not actually turning on when we power on.
Yeah, we need power good.
Well,
power.
yeah. So there's on 1516, there's the plus 19.5 volts that we're slightly concerned about. But that I feel like that's just a memory thing. So the CPU should at least fire up even without that. And then on 2324, we have M reset. On 2728, we have reset switch. And on 2930, we have MP loss. All three of those have wire wrap wires that snake off into the rest of the system. But I don't know if those are outputs from the power supply to the computer or inputs from the computer into the power supply.
MP loss sounds like mains power loss.
Yeah. And the reset switch is from the front panel. And
Yeah,
master M reset is master reset, and that I believe originates on the power supply. If memory serves.
well, we've got something wired up. I've got a separate wire that we were using as a ghetto makeshift
Reset.
reset. Let me I don't forget which pin that was on though. Let me see if I can figure that
Yeah.
out.
I'm thinking main power loss might be something that sounds more like what is stopping us. If the CPU thinks it doesn't have AC in, it's trying to protect itself from something that's not happening.
Yeah.
All right, so on 23 and 24, that's the one that we have the separate wire that I can hold high. That's what we were like trying to implement a reset with last time. I would like hold that high until the power stabilized, and then I would take it low. But that made zero difference. So yeah, MP loss could be an issue. 23, 29, and 30. If that's a signal that needs to be low for like the CPU and whatnot, that could have a pull up on like the CPU or something. I wonder where that one goes.
Wait a minute.
Because if MP loss is main power loss, then that absolutely is something that I think is generated by the CPU or generated by the power supply and sent to CPU and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find out where that goes.
I think I remember seeing that one on the Litten.
If we ever really want to super confuse ourselves, just start thinking about the Litten again. All right, it does not go to the CPU, it seems.
Maybe to the memory?
Yeah, that's what I'm swiping next. Not the memory controller card.
Huh.
That was where I would have expected it, was on the memory control card. Nope. Maybe the front panel? Yeah, it goes to the front panel.
Oh,
Yeah, so that one is MP loss. That goes to the front panel. And the
It's
next
fun.
one down is reset switch. I'm guessing that goes to the front panel as well. Yeah, it also goes to the front panel.
MIO.
So do we have the schematic for the front panel?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice. All right, let's go 980 schematics. I guess it's going to be under electrical drawings, maybe?
The electrical drawings, it's, I think the very last drawing, if memory serves. 19.5. Come on, where are you? Oh,
All power supply stuff.
I see it. M reset on the memory control.
Is it an input or an output?
Input.
Okay, well, M reset is the one that we have a separate wire for, so
Yeah.
we just got to figure out which direction that one's supposed to go.
Trying to figure out what it's. Oh. 2907. What's it doing?
Oh, control panel is the very first one.
Oh, first one. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Riveting stuff here. You guys get to watch me look at a computer screen. So yeah, both MP loss and reset switch go to the front panel here. Oh, I imagine the reset switch is the actual reset switch on the front panel. What does that mean for the power supply, though? I don't know.
I don't think much of anything.
Unless the power supply is supplying a dedicated voltage to that. That doesn't make sense, though.
No. That'd be coming from standby. But since you don't have a battery, standby doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
If power good is a pulse that's expected to happen at a certain time, it would restart the pulse timer.
What's that?
The
Like
first
if
one,
the
yeah, I get where you're going with that, Suzerain.
the other thing it could be looking for is a low to high transition within a specific window. It might not be a pulse.
Ooh, M reset. Is on page 10 of the electrical drawings, if anybody wants to follow it, top center. And it hits a bunch of stuff. So that's master reset, which is going to control a whole lot of junk. So we definitely need to do something with master reset. I think it needs to be tied. Well, it says active low, so it needs to be. It needs to be low on power up, and then it needs to go high after a certain amount of time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or we could just tie it high on power up and for now at least. So, but the big question is where is MP loss on here? That's the one that I have questions about. What does MP loss mean? What does it do? Oh, there it is. There's a apparently there's a power loss LED, and that's it. MP loss just lights an LED.
Oh, when it transitions to battery or something.
Yeah, do I have a power loss LED on the front
Or-
here? Oh, I do have a power
or
loss
pos-
LED on the front. Oh, that's fun.
Or possibly there's a flip-flop that gets set when it detects a power loss.
No, not on the front panel at least. On the front panel, it's on
Oh,
page
it's going-
9. If you, it's on page 9, bottom left.
Yeah, I'm still looking for the 19 volts.
It's literally just the MP loss signal comes in, goes through a resistor, hits a diode, hits the LED, and the other side of the LED is VCC. So if MP loss
Oh.
goes low, then VCC passes through the diode, and that's it. Passes through that.
Okay.
Well, that rules out that problem. We
Yeah.
can now choose if we want that LED to be on.
Yeah. We can just leave it on all the time to mess with people.
It's like, we wanted more lights.
Yeah.
You can make it blink to keep it interesting.
That's it. That's all it does. Okay. Reset switch. M reset also goes to the front panel. So M reset goes to the front panel and does a bunch of stuff. Like a whole bunch of stuff. And then reset switch is the actual reset switch on the front panel that is
Is
I
M
don't
reset just like
know.
blanking the front panel and switches?
I don't know. It looks like it's doing a bit more than that. So if you're on page 10, you can see M reset right there. It goes through a whole lot of NAND gates. I don't know. They're demorganized, so whatever. They look broken. But it also, like, it goes through and controls write 0, write 1, 2, and 3, PRE 0, 1, 2, and 3, CEN 0, 1, 2, and 3. Like, it's doing something with all of those. Hits MD 003, 002, 001, and 000. And it also goes down and affects plus 5 volt switch somehow, which also affects add cell C, which then subsequently affects address 0 through 9. Oh, 0, all the address lines. So, yeah, M reset in combination with BSO, MS, and BS1 control a gate that controls the entire address select. So my guess is that M reset keeps address select from functioning and a bunch of other stuff from functioning while it's in reset.
Yeah.
So we definitely got to do something with M reset. I'm trying to figure out what reset switch does. Oh, we have M reset. M reset also triggers the plus 5 volt main switch. Okay, that seems like that could be quite important. Yeah, there's so M reset goes into the base of a 2 and 2907, which is hitting plus 5 volt main switch. There's some weird junk going on here, but M reset is apparently quite important. And so M reset needs to be low on power up and then high shortly thereafter. So we definitely got to figure out something to do with him reset. Hey, Bob, thanks for the subs, man.
Yeah, that schematic you're looking at with the 2907s, that's actually the memory control card.
Ooh, Cameron is
I was
saying
looking
that
at that earlier.
MP loss is also on page 28. Are we looking at the same thing, Cameron? Oh yeah. Oh, interesting. MP loss is an output. No. Oh, so MP loss can get pulled low if the 5-volt sense goes bad. So yeah, that makes sense. MP loss, that's within the power supply. Right, page 28 is the power supply. So the power supply can pull MP loss low, which lights the LED. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about MP loss at all. We definitely need to worry about M reset. I don't think we need to worry about the reset switch. And POF is permanently wired to ground. So the big question then is the last big question is the 19.5 volts, which is going to be the 4K and 8K memory. E226874. Oh, is that the memory control card that I was looking at? I could have sworn that was the front panel.
No,
That's got to be the front
it's
panel.
the 2907s, the 4 of them, 2 diodes at the lower left corner.
I think we're looking at different pages. Are you on the same PDF that I'm on?
I think I am.
980A Electrical Drawings, Volume 7.
I'm at 960, 699, 9707 electrical drawings,
Yeah, so what page are you on?
page 10.
Page 10. So you think page 10 is the memory control card?
Yeah, that's the memory control card. If you're looking at the upper left-hand corner of the page, you got 4 2907s, Q5, Q6, Q8, and Q7.
Yeah, are you sure that's the control card and not the actual? If you look in the bottom right, it says that's the 4K memory card.
Oh, you're right. Not the controller. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where right to the left of that, you'll see the 19.5. Just a series of capacitors and 1 diode.
To the left of
The yeah, at the very bottom of the page, middle.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. So they're using the 19.5 to generate 16.2, but it also goes to page 1.
Yeah,
it goes to a couple different places. P1, 71, 72, P2, 9, and 10. I don't know what that means.
that's the connectors. That's the connectors. That's the edge connector.
Yeah, those are the edge connectors. Yeah. So where do those edge connectors go to, huh?
$11, $12, $9, $9, $10, $11, and $12. Well, yeah.
Oh, is that not 71, 72? That's 11
Or
and
no,
12?
71. No, that's yeah.
It could be either
11
way.
and 12.
But yeah, they're using that to generate 16.2 volts.
Yeah, but that's just a rectifier. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, presumably there's a 16.2 somewhere on here as well, because that's being generated separately by the power supply.
supplies, yeah.
Oh, that's
And
in the
that we
that's on
know
the
that the
far right.
we know that the 1103s, Fair Gates. Yes, far right, middle of the page, 77, 78,
And 3 and 4.
and 3 and 4 on P2. But I have not seen anywhere that says anything about where those are actually going on the
Oh,
chips. But we
if you scroll to the
the
next page,
1103,
go to page 11.
if we know that the 1103s use 16 volts for their VDD.
Yeah, go to page 11, the very next page.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm
The
there.
the ICs have both a plus 16 and a plus 19.
Oh, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah, so we got to figure out how to generate plus 19,
Yeah.
and we got to get that onto the right pins. All right, so I think that's the correct solution here is we generate plus 19, we get it onto the right pins, and then we also take care of M reset.
Address. Right. Data in VDD.
Let me go get my box O Meanwells as gifted to me by the lovely Titian. I don't know if Titian's listening, but Titian is an absolute legend. Keys In is also a legend. Thank you for the Prime sub. But Titian sent me a box of Meanwells. And I think I've got something, I'm sure I've got something in there that I can make work. I just got to remember where I put that box. If I put it upstairs or if I put it over on a shelf. We're going to test the Bluetooth limit of my headphones here.
Ah, finally. CH mod is finally done.
Where did I put those, man? There were so many of them. I had to put them in a completely dedicated box. Oh, there they are.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, this is no joke. When I carry these in, oh, geez, it's heavy. This isn't even all of them, actually.
And those are switching supplies, so no huge transformers.
Yeah, and it's still genuinely heavy. There you go. French fry hat dog for scale. This box is completely full of Meanwells.
Centurion for scale, too.
Yeah. I'm sure
Holy
I've got
crap,
some in here. Like I said, it's a lot.
That is a glorious load of Meanwells.
It's so many.
That is quite a
Also,
collection.
is that AJ's voice I heard?
Yep.
Oh, AJ, welcome.
Yes. Yes, it is.
When are we fixing your Nova?
How about Sunday?
If I'm awake.
Okay. Should we make it earlier?
Well, if you make it earlier, then I'll be on bunny duty.
Right. I was thinking Sunday at 9 Central.
Okay. Yeah, we'll shoot for that.
Yeah, the parts arrived. The stuff's inside. I'm not gonna, leave till midweek for the rest of the journey.
Oh, because you still have to deliver some stuff.
Yeah, I still have to deliver some stuff. That's right.
Man, I should have just used this one. This is 5 volt at 8 amps, 12 volt at 2 amps, 24 volt at 2 amps, and negative 12 volt at 1 amp.
Hey, AJ, you got a hot mic.
Yeah.
Everything in one, man.
I'm just digging through the document. On September 21st, 1971, they changed 16.7 volts to 16 volts and 19.5 volts to 19 volts. And then less than a month later, they went from 16 volts to 16.2 volts. They were just changing the rails till it worked.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Are you guys
I was
getting an
just
echo when
gonna
I'm
bring
not
that
on mute?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, the
Sorry.
opposite.
That's supposed to be canceled.
Yeah, your
right.
echoes can.
So the question is, how hot can we get a plus 15? With the adjust, can I adjust the plus 15 up to plus 19?
I forget.
Oof.
There was one rail where we had that discussion.
Well, that was we took a plus 15 up to plus 16. That's easy.
Oh yeah.
The plus 15 up to a plus 19 is a little more stressful.
Yeah.
But the only other option is a plus 24 down to 19. So I think 15 to 19 is closer than 24 to 19. 4 versus 6 volt change.
Yeah.
But in percentages.
Yeah, just plug it in and see what you can get out of it.
All right, we'll see if I can remember how.
Oh,
I
MX
had-
Shift's got a point. Just if you have an isolated 5 volt supply, hang it off your 15.
Yeah, I had 2 supplies.
Yeah. Or is this thing really that power hungry? Like, what is? Oh no, yeah. I guess the plus 19 is hitting a lot of memory chips. So.
You got a total of 24K?
Yeah, and each of those, I think he's
Alright.
got 2 8K cards, so it'd be 16K merge.
No,
Oh,
we fried one of the 8K cards.
Oh,
So I think we're currently at
Right.
1 4K and 1 8K.
And
Oh, so
now
okay.
those use the Intel 1K by 1 chips that have a TDP of 1 watt each.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a little hungry.
max, yeah.
Oh no, so I've just got a single 8K, no 4K. Yeah, so we've just got a single 8K memory card.
Okay.
So the real question here is, where's the data sheet for the LRS 100-15? That'll tell me how high I can crank this thing up. Yeah, LRS 100-15. A new window, LRS 100-15. All right, meanwhile, I sing your praises all the time. Are you going to make my life easy today? Or do I need to hang a 15 volt, 5 volt supply off of a 24 volt? LRS 100-15. Ah, nerds, I can just get up to 18 volts.
Ah,
I mean, that might be enough, but probably not a smart idea to do it. Yeah, voltage
How about
tolerance
down
is...
from?
the
How about
20
down from a 24?
24 can only go down to 21.6, so that's even further away. And it's further away
Yeah.
in the dangerous direction. All right, let's try this. Let's get the bench power supply hooked up to it.
good point.
Yeah, MX Shift, I can do
Good idea.
the 15 plus 5 to get to 19. as well, but that's a full 2 extra supplies that I got to try and stuff in there. But we'll put the bench supply on there and see if that changes anything.
Use it. This is a job for that analog computer supply you had, or the op amp one.
Oh boy.
Oh, the one that goes up to 2 kilovolts or something.
Yeah, it's either gonna work or it'll nuke everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Your memory's running hot.
Yeah, but that has very low current.
Oh.
That's true.
Ah, damn.
That thing scares me. All right, we're gonna. I mean, this is a lot of current, but we're gonna try it with these clip leads.
Well, limit the current.
I've got a few high voltage things in the house that I haven't turned on because they scare me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so we'll get the bench power supply set to 19 volts, hooked up to the right pin, and we'll see if that's our smoking gun here.
Hopefully,
If
a
it is,
non-smoke.
yeah, a non-smoking gun.
Yeah,
that's just the garage mostly. If you walk to the right place in the garage. Yeah, that's the 8K card that self-immolated. So it needs to come out. All right.
It failed its smoke test.
Yeah.
Do you need to?
Yeah, we can repair it.
Do you need to replace or restrap that card because it changes the memory addressing, or does that matter at this point?
I'm just trying to see if we can get more than one light. If the memory's in the wrong place or something is behaving incorrectly, I'm less worried about it.
I think slot position is what. I think slot position is all that matters here.
The really important thing to do here is to make sure that I don't plug this into the wrong pins. All right, 15 and 16. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, you're just not gonna be playing very nice. Oh, great. And now I've just destroyed my clip lead here. That's not good.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna change over to this one. I need better clip leads. All right. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. All right, that should be 19 volts on 15 and 16. M reset needs to be low initially.
Yeah.
And then M reset.
High.
Yeah, and then M reset gets pulled high. So I think our order of operations here is hold M reset low, kick the main power on, kick the 19-volt supply on, take M reset high.
Yeah.
This is a terrible order of operations, but tell you what, let's do it. Let's play it smart here. Let's bring this one around off of ground here. That's just not great at the moment.
You could just turn everything on with the plug bar off. That way all the supplies come up semi-equally.
Oh yeah, that's not a terrible idea. Trying to find a good place to clip onto plus 5 volts without risking a short to ground from my somewhat janky clip leads here.
Yeah, check your continuity of those clip leads before you try it.
I'm less worried about that, and I'm worried about the clip lead being fat enough that it shorts out on other stuff.
Oh, that too.
Also, pointless to go from the backside. My M reset wire is too short. I'm just gonna, oh man, I'm gonna have to do this by hand. Okay, I do like your idea of doing it with the power bar. That means that my laptops are gonna get unplugged for a second. Huh?
I was gonna say, don't forget you need to set the voltage on your bench supply with it disconnected before you.
Yeah, that's already been set. I did that. I already did that. Yeah. All right. So this is, oh man, I can't do this. If I turn that thing off, it turns off my laptop power plug, and that is guaranteed to crash the stream. I get about 20 seconds of laptop power when it's streaming. Yeah, it is sucking battery.
Do you have another plug bar you can?
Yeah, that's what I'm grabbing right now.
Ah.
It's awfully short. I'm going to commit a cardinal sin. I'm going to plug a plug bar into a plug bar. Something you're never supposed to do.
It'll be fine.
I do it all the time, everywhere.
I know. They say you're never supposed to do it, but all right.
Well, it's mostly plugging surge protectors into other surge protectors. That's the problem.
We're going to power you on. We're going to pull you low for M reset. Oh, I'm a little dumb. Kick you on. Jesus. All right. Let's try this again. Go ground for reset. Power on. 19 volts came up, but didn't pull any amps. And then if I take M reset high, still no amperage on the 19 volts. And definitely looks like no lights on the front.
No.
Yeah. We got our singular light on 14 going again. But that's it, really. Okay. If we're pulling no amps on the 19 volt rail, Suppose that means that we don't necessarily need the 19-volt rail?
Well, says we do.
Well, it said we did on the 4K cards for sure, but what about the 8K cards?
8K card says the same thing.
It does indeed.
Page 13, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the 1103 memory, and that's indeed the chips that we had on that memory board, I believe. Yeah, 1103s. So how come our 19-volt didn't go anywhere? I mean, we should have pulled some current. It certainly wasn't current limiting itself. Hmm. I wonder why they show the 1103 as needing 19 volts here, but when we looked up the data sheet for the 1103, it didn't show that as needing 19 volts.
That's because it's working with negative voltages, and they had to transpose everything so that they could make everything work.
Oh, because
Positive.
yeah, I got you now. Their ground is not exactly ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, their VDD is 5 volts or whatever, right?
I don't remember.
Or something strange. They got to be doing something real weird here. I mean, they have a -5. Why didn't they use the -5? This is the silliest thing ever.
Yeah, it's extremely confusing.
Yeah.
Why Intel did that? I mean, it is PMOS, so everything is relative to ground or relative to drain rather than source.
What page you guys looking on?
Page 14. 13.
There's a bunch of stuff on page 28 with the 19.5 volt rail.
That's the power supply generating the 19-volt rail.
Okay. And you're just looking for where it's being gated.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out why we're pulling absolutely zero current on the 19-volt rail. I mean, we should be seeing something for sure. I mean, unless the 19-volt rail isn't used by these particular memory cards. It is using the 1103s. but maybe
Yeah.
this is a different revision of the memory card. And they're
Well,
actually
it's
running.
using 1103s. The fact that they're using 1103 says that they need the plus 19.
Well, no, what unless they're running the -5 to the 1103, so that way they've got things shifted correctly on this particular revision. 8K logic number 226846. This is actually a 4K board, interestingly.
Yeah, that's page
226874.
12 or 11.
Yeah, 226874. Yeah. So this is definitely needs the plus 19.
Yeah.
So it's for sure the 226846. Yeah, ironically, the exact same board between 4K and 8K. It just depends on how many 1103s they've got populated.
Yeah.
Oh, you can actually see that on page, if you compare page 13 to page 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is there something that gates that plus 19? Or does that plus, like,
Nope.
if I'm putting that plus 19 in, we should be seeing it chug.
You should be seeing it on the chips.
I mean, is this a red herring? I mean, are we chasing our tails here? Like, is the plus 19 even necessary for the CPU to come up?
Not for the CPU, but for the RAM.
I mean, I don't care about the RAM. I just want to see front panel lights.
Oh,
That's our
good point.
that's our only goal today, is to get front panel lights.
Where exactly are you injecting the 19?
On the back plane where it's supposed to be coming in from the power supply.
Let's see. No, I'm just looking. I'm looking at page 28, where that is the generator. If it would piss anything off there, because there's a couple of weird things going on.
All right. If I remember, the last time we were doing this, we were fairly confident that the clock was being generated but not making it to the CPU.
That's a good idea.
And since we have
Let's
schematics
see.
now,
Yeah.
maybe we can make sense of what the clock is doing. Because, like, if the memory is not going to work, the memory, like, that shouldn't prevent the clock from going anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Unless the CPU uses plus 19 volts. Thanks so much for joining us, Bob.
No. There's nothing there. That's all logic. Clock generators in page 16.
What's on the third page? Okay.
Top of the page.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, okay, well, all right. We've got a bunch of stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Boy, they were serious about this clock generation circuit. They just did it all with discrete transistors.
Yep.
And there's a thermistor in the middle there?
Yeah, just to keep it keep it semi-stable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even crystal controlled, is it?
Yeah, there is.
See a crystal.
It's got a 12 megahertz crystal.
Oh, okay. I was looking at that as the thermistor, but yeah, you're right.
So the
Reaching-
oscillator should, like, there's a bunch of like VCC switch and stuff like that coming out of it. Okay, so VCC, if I'm reading this right, the actual oscillation is controlled by VCC switch SW. So you've got your crystal oscillator going nutso, and then Q16 is going to have whatever VCC SW is coming into it.
Yeah, emitter follower. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got the oscillator coming out of it. So 2 questions: is VCC SW healthy? And the second question is are we seeing OSC? Because if we're not seeing OSC or VCC SW is unhealthy, the clock is never going to make it anywhere. So the next question is,
Yeah.
where does VCC SW coming from? My
Well, we
guess is
had
that-
clock before, right?
Didn't we see VCC SW from the reset circuit that was on, was it front panel or like page 10 of the manual?
maybe. I mean, if the front panel is controlling a VCC that goes back to the let's see here.
The thing is though, there is no pin number given there. It's not coming straight from the backplane. That's coming from other logic.
Oh wait, that was plus 5 volt SW. No.
Got to find in this logic.
Yeah, VCC SW should be being generated by the memory controller card.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that there's something else also at play here. We just got to find SW and trace it backwards. I wish it gave us a page number and like a location.
I saw it on diagram logic detailed 1103 memory 4K.
Which page? Which PDF page?
Page 10. And
Page
well, I mean,
10.
it was plus 5 volts SW, not VCC. So that's
Yeah. VCC SW, since it doesn't have a page number next to it, it's being generated on this page, or it's being generated on the memory controller board. So it's somewhere on 14, 15, or 16, page 14, 15, or 16.
Yeah.
Now, ultimately, it may make its way back off to something else, but we won't know for sure until we find it. But this is the worst game of needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
That's all schematics.
Yeah.
This is
There's some schematics that are pretty good about it, and that like they'll list where a specific signal is coming from on the schematic page.
Yeah, the
Sometimes
really
they'll
good
even
ones.
give you coordinates.
Yeah, the really good ones have coordinates.
Yeah. And this one
No,
has a
it's
grid.
like
It has A, B, C, D, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So it
Yeah.
totally could give us coordinates.
Yeah.
They just elected not to.
Even the LT21 had coordinates for its whole glossary had coordinates for their source.
Yeah, they
Found
have an index of sources.
One?
Yeah. VCC switch, right hand side of the clock circuit, very right.
I don't think that's an
Jacob.
output. I think that's.
No, that's an output.
Oh, yeah. No, you got it. Yeah. So VCC standby is where that's coming from.
Now power on. I'm seeing.
The
P2
standby is
42.
the. Oops,
Standby
sorry.
is the supply. So VCC standby is going to be the supply for VCC switch.
Yes.
And then,
But the control is power on.
yeah, the control is power on. So if we're not, okay. So VCC switch SW goes to VCC STBY, which is an actual edge connector. So that's coming from someplace else. And so is power on.
Power on's got to be high to turn on that transistor.
And VCC standby obviously needs to be 5 volts or whatever.
Yep.
So the question now is where is that coming from? And I think
Power
I can
on?
figure that out. Well, VCC standby and power on, both of those. Because we got to make sure that those are getting there, right?
Yeah.
So
P242 on the controller card.
Yeah, which one is P2 and which one is P1?
P1 is right behind, it's in front of the supply, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they marked it. They were being kind for one thing at least. So P2, 5, and 6 is VCC standby. And this, what are we looking at? Memory controller card? So CPU,
yeah.
Controller card. P1, P2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 5 and 6 is VCC standby. Is that coming from the power supply, I wonder?
Yes.
Okay, that's just straight our 5-volt supply. So VCC standby is obviously fine.
Okay.
So now I got to count to 42, which is like straight in the middle of the damn thing. All right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42. Just double check that again. 2, 4, 6, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42. Okay, so I am on the right pin. P2 42, which is power on. So not from the CPU. Not from the power supply.
Should be from the supply, I would think. Yeah, power on, I remember seeing that signal.
I don't think I'm getting a connection there.
That was on the 980B though. Page 28.
Yeah, I'm not showing a connection to the power supply connector.
Let's see.
There definitely is a cable attached to it.
P off.
Yeah, P off is on the power supply, but I don't remember seeing a power on signal anywhere.
No.
And power supply would make sense, but I'm not showing a connection anywhere. Which raises the question of, is the wire wrap broken? And that's entirely possible.
Unlikely,
Nope.
but possible.
Oh, there we go. We got it. It's on memory.
Front panel. Oh,
No,
and memory.
So,
Wow. All right.
on both sides of memory. So 80,
14.
78, 76, 74, 72, 70, 68, 67. No, it's not on that side of memory. All right. Hang on a sec. That's weird. So yeah, 80, 78, 76, 74, 72, 70. So it's on 70. Pin 70 of memory. On P2. No, P1.
P1, 70.
Yeah. So now we got to go find memory.
Memory controller.
Power on. Got it. Page 12. That's an input into memory, though.
Yeah, it is.
So power on also
69.
controls whether memory comes alive with plus 5 volt switch.
Yeah.
So power on must go someplace other than memory. Where the heck is it going? Because it's also an input on the memory controller, right? I mean, we're not reading that
Well,
wrong,
it is.
are we?
It is for that that gate.
Or is it?
Let's see.
Follow it over. It's actually coming from Q8.
Oops. Wrong drawing.
Yeah, if you go to page 16, it's coming from Q8 or Q7 and Q7, both Q8.
Oh, then it's an output on P242.
Yeah. So Q7 and Q8 is our power on signal. That needs to go high. So we should let's just check that, see what that looks like. If I can get to it.
Yeah. Q9 is actually doing the pull-up.
Yeah, I guess. What a weird way to do this.
Oh, the thermistor is there.
No,
Jeez.
Q4. Q4 comes straight from 5 volts through Q4 through 270 into a 22 through a 270 ohm into Q7 and then straight to power on. So that's going to be your high current path. VCC through Q4 through Q7 to power on signal. Everything else is like 220k ohms, huge. Like
220K. Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, even Q9 has a 22k on it. So there's no way that Q9 is the proper volt.
Yeah. I was looking at the 270 just above it, just below the transistor.
So Q4 is the only high
right.
current path that you got.
Yeah.
So we need to take a look at P242. I was just on that. I just pulled my clip leads off. But let's take a look at, oh, God damn it. Now I got to count it again. All right. Let's take a look at P242 on power up and see what it's sitting at. Oh, it might be easier to go to P170. I can get to that a lot easier. So 80, 78, 76, 74, 72, 70. So if I clip onto you, and I hook you into here, and then I should be able to run this near 42 on this guy. Seems about right. Right there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 42. Okay.
Oh.
So you are hooked onto 42 here. I'm going to go over to volts. I'm going to hook you up to ground. And let's take a look at what power on is reading on power up. All right. Power on should be plus 5 volts.
Yep.
It's 3.4.
Uh-oh.
That feels a little low. Although, I mean, it is going through 2 transistors, right? It's going through Q4 and Q7.
Yeah, 270 ohms, basically.
Well, plus the whatever the 0.6 volt drop through a transistor, right?
Yeah, well.
So you're going to lose a volt off of the transistor right there.
Yeah.
And 3.
But there's no real huge load.
Yeah, the question is 3.4 enough to kick VCC switch off?
It should.
All right. I suppose next we should check VCC switch. That's a pretty important one. Or
Yep.
oscillator. Question is how do I check that? That's going to be I need to pop the card out and maybe connect some leads to it somehow. Oh, I can pull memory out and maybe get my probes in there without having any 8K or without having a memory card in it at all.
Shouldn't be a problem, I don't think.
Yeah, we should still be able to fire up. Like,
yeah.
We should see some life. Let's get some of these guys going. All right. Okay, I do have some things labeled here on my memory control card. So if we want to see VCC switch, we can go on R1. Or we can go on R25, R27. R27 might be a better one because even if I get on the wrong side of R27, I should still see pretty close to what VCC switch is.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to look at the oscillator. Okay.
We'll start with VCC switch because I can do that with a multimeter.
Yeah.
If VCC switch looks good, then I'll pull the scope out. And I can get to R27 real easy. And VCC switch, none of this is dependent on the reset line either, I don't think. Like VCC switch should just come up because VCC standby is tied straight to 5 volts. Also, I got to try and get a good ground going on here. All right, screw it. I'm just going to go like this. Yeah, there we go. That's 4.755. That's close enough to 5 volts that I think that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing is the chassis connected to ground? Not sure would be nice if it was. But I don't think it is.
I don't remember. Too many years ago, decades ago.
No, the chassis is not connected to logic ground. That's hyper annoying. All right, that means I got to put a clip on ground as well. All right, let's look at OSC, the oscillator. Let me get the scope out here.
Didn't the original power supply ground the chassis?
I
I
don't
don't
remember.
think so.
I think we were resetting the reset pin on the chassis, no?
No, I was always hitting the reset to the actual power supplies. I remember when we were testing the original power supply, the power supply chassis was not logic ground because there was all sorts of weird floating voltages and stuff going on.
Me too.
All right, let me clear a little space here so I can get the oscilloscope up to here. I mean, we've got the correct VCC on switch, VCC switch, and all that stuff going on. So we should absolutely have the oscillating clock.
Yeah. Oscillator. Where is that going?
Yeah, that's the next question. Where does OSC go? All right, scopey scope. You're coming off of the Bowmem and moving over to here. Now I got to try and find a logic ground on here somewhere. Does C5 go to logic ground?
C7 does.
Well, I was asking about C5 because it's really big.
Oh.
C1, C2, C3, C7, C9, C6, C8.
C2 is good. C1 is good.
Oh, C1 goes?
Yeah.
Okay, I can get to C1. And then OSC, it's going to be on R38. Yeah, I think that's right.
Yes.
R36, R37,
Where,
R38.
where
Gotta
it
make
connects
sure
to
that,
the emitter 16.
yeah. I mean, I can't see any traces because this thing is about 9,000 layers, but
Oh, yeah.
I can check if the side of the resistor that I connected to is connected to ground or not, though.
Yeah.
Should see 240 ohms or something. That sounds right. 220.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm on the correct side. Let's see here. White is ground. Red is signal. All right. It's a little precarious, but we'll call that good. Let me change my mode here back from normal to auto. All right, so power switch on. That looks like a clock to me. Ooh, you guys have a lovely glare. I mean, it's pretty low amplitude.
Yeah, but it's just transistor driven, so
Yeah, so that's only up to about 2.7 volts. But
that's enough to trigger a
if I
gate.
do a measurement here, that's straight at 12 megahertz on the money. So the next question is where does OSC go in here? Because that's not what's
I'm
leaving the
still
board.
looking. I'm still looking.
It's got to go into some logic to square it off and probably step it down. I guarantee this thing's not running at 12 megahertz.
Yeah, I was looking for a divider of some kind, but I haven't seen anything yet. Oh, no. It's this clock.
Go ahead and switch that off before I break something. All right. OSC's on here
Maybe
somewhere.
it may be a multi-phase thing too. So let's see.
Yeah,
85,
I
no.
bet this OSC goes into something that generates like 6 clocks. They go to all sorts of different places.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's
There.
a ULR clock. How is that getting its livelihood? From term, from LDub, going, there's an LLR clock. There's term minus, term plus, going, term IO, ALU, D, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The heck, where's OSC going? So this thing's generating a boatload of clocks.
Wait a minute. Should be looking up here.
I mean, someone's got to take this thing and square it off and turn it into a nice TTL 0 to 5 volt thing.
Yeah. Ah, found it. Page 14. Page 14, middle of the page, left side. B1.
I'm in the right place.
Three inverters. Three inverters.
Got it. Gotcha.
Below okay.
Yep. So we should check.
There's our divider.
Yeah, we should check, like, say, pin 8 of that inverter, just to make sure that the inverter is healthy.
Yeah. That's open. Oh, wait a minute. Asterisk.
Yeah, I don't know what the asterisks mean. It's on a bunch of stuff, though.
004s, so it's an active pull-up. So
The asterisk represents gates powered by VCC SW.
Oh, okay.
Right. So we'll check Z0412. Wait, no. I don't understand.
Yeah. Oh, 15 too.
Are they using that doesn't make any sense. Why would they use 3 totally different ICs for that?
No, it's 2. 715, 715, and 412.
Boy, that naming convention makes 0 sense to me, but okay.
Yeah, well, so does Z.
Well, I've seen Z before, but never with that many numbers. All right.
Well,
so fun little fun fact here. None of my ICs are labeled. Oh,
not even
coordinates.
on the back.
Coordinates 0415. 0415 is not populated. Well, that's
7.
Oh,
7,
unless
15.
I'm on the 04. I'm on the wrong 04. There's 04.
12.
0415 is also not where an IC is.
715.
Oh, 0412 and 0715. Got it. So
yeah.
I'm guessing, let's see here. Is the first one X or the first one Y? So I'm
X
guessing
or Y,
07.
what?
Well, I've got, it's not numbers and letters. It's just numbers and numbers for X and Y coordinates, right? So.
Yeah, good point.
I'm guessing 0715 is going to be.
Well, it should,
this one.
It should be
which
an
is a 74H04. Yeah,
oh, wow.
That's got to be the guy.
They got it labeled wrong on the schematic. Schematic says 00, which is incorrect because it's pin 9 to pin 8.
What do you? I'm looking at 715, not 412.
Oh, 715. Okay.
Yeah, that's a 74H04.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I should check 412. That's going to be easier for me to get my probe onto, which is also a 74H04. So that one they do have labeled wrong.
It should be. Yeah, the schematic is labeled wrong.
Yeah. That's fun. But I can check pin 8 on it pretty easily. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So pin 8 on that one should be our oscillator clock after it's been squared up and is doing good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I feel like there's a better way for me to do this. Let's move you this way so I can just switch it from the front here. Oh, except that's going to reset my oscilloscope. Never mind. All right. Well, it's a little gross looking, but it's there. It's got a lot of ringing. But that could just be my ground probe not being happy.
Yeah, that is possible. That is a lot of
It also doesn't
bouncing
go up to,
around.
yeah, it also doesn't go up to 5 volts. It's only making it up to a peak of 4 volts with noise down to 3.
Can you get your meter on pin 14?
Pin 14.
Yeah, VCC.
Oh, not easily, no.
No.
Not without potentially shorting stuff out.
All right.
But let me move my ground.
Is it not powered from another from a logic signal?
Yeah, it's powered from VCC SW. So let me get the ground pin on the actual ground. Oh, did I not? I did not shut you off.
Well,
oh, yeah, I did. Okay.
Those.
Hey, don't you have a bunch of those single pin grabby claw things that?
Yeah, that's what I'm using. That's what I'm using.
Oh, okay, all right. You can't even fit that on there? Wow.
No, I can fit it on there. It's just a question of like the torsion of twisting it when I put the card back in. Is it going to knock the grabby thing off?
Okay, I get it. Yeah. That's there's another style of those that is flat instead of rounded like that, and I have less trouble with those ones.
Ooh, that's ugly. So, yeah, you guys can't really see that very well.
Can now. Wow.
Yeah, and that's with the ground pin on the same IC.
Yeah, that's ugly.
Now, is that coming from its power?
Yeah, what's the frequency of that?
12 megahertz.
It's 12 megs, yeah. That's before going through anything but inverters.
Yeah, so that's the clean sine wave that we had going through 3 inverters. So I think our next step is to move to pin 4 maybe on 715 and see how it looks.
Yeah.
Or I could just move over to pin 9 as opposed to pin 8 because that's the same thing as pin 4. Yeah. So I could just scoot over 1 pin.
Oh, there it is. HS clock A.
Yeah, so pin 9 is our input. So the question is the input gross, causing the output to also be gross? Well, the output, I mean, even if the input's gross, the output
shouldn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be ringing.
That looks the same. That makes me wonder if VCC is also ringing like crazy.
Good point.
That. No, I'm definitely going to break something if I try that.
On your the high points are not too bad. What is the highest point on the when it's low? That one peak.
Oh, that was getting up to like a volt almost.
That's not enough for a gate, so that should be okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it should not be that gnarly
It's
looking.
ugly. It's ugly, yes.
Yeah, so what I'm going
But
to do
it-
now is I'm going to check VCC across that chip and see what it looks like. Because if we have like a, if we have a bad cap on here that's hurting the
good point.
VCC SW, because this chip it says is powered by VCC SW. So if I check VCC SW here and it's gnarly looking, no, it's a little low, but it doesn't look gnarly.
How low?
4.75, 4.5, somewhere around there.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It looks flat at least.
That's a bit nuts.
Yeah, I've seen some noisy stuff, but and these are H series. I mean, you could put some LS in there and it'd be probably look better. H is really ancient history stuff.
Yeah. Let's check. I mean, the output of this really only matters to a couple of things. So even if it's ugly, it only matters to.
Can you get to 0513?
Yeah, so I was gonna check the output of 0513, then the output of 714 and the output of 712.
Yeah.
Let me get three probes out. I mean, I got a big fancy 4-channel scope. Let's start using it.
Using it, yeah.
So those, like, all that really matters are the outputs of those gates, because that's just like the clocks, that nasty clock doesn't go anywhere else, right?
No, probably not. Can't say for absolute sureness, but
I mean, I can't see anywhere else that it goes on the schematic at the very least.
Yeah.
Blue.
Oh, there's this clock. We should be able to follow all of this all the way out. You were, last time we worked on this, you were looking for sys clock, right?
I don't remember what clock we were looking at, but we knew that there wasn't a clock making it to the CPU, or we were like moderately certain that there wasn't a clock making it to the CPU. So I don't know what clock goes across. We didn't check it on the board. We were checking it on the backplane.
Right.
So I don't know what clock goes across the backplane to the CPU, but that did not exist.
This clock goes out on P132, so
that might be it.
And that's divided. Let's see, that's divided down. Let's see, let's follow this logic. This is crazy. There's our clock.
All right, let's check.
Here's our feedback.
513.
Oh, wow.
Which is a 7474. And we're going to check what pin on that. 5.
5 or 6. Yeah.
Okay. And we'll also check 714 pin 6. That's a H11. Yep. And 7, 12, pin 11.
In like, you got master reset. It's got to be high. M reset. Let's see. P2, whatever P2 is. I'm looking at the gate that's feeding the data on that. The input to that, the D input to that flop.
I'm just looking for wibble wobbles, man. We should have wibble wobbles on the way out. Well, we just keep going until we don't find the wibble wobbles, and then we know that we got to start.
I like your nomenclature. Gotta have the wibble wobbles.
The wibble wobbles. I mean, that's what they are. Okay. All right. We should have wibble wobbles on all three of these.
Well, pin 5, probably not. It should go high and stay there.
Oh, well, yeah, good call on that one. Pin 5 did go high and stayed high.
And it looks like your other two have wibble wobbles.
To an extent. Let me change my triggering over to that. See what they look like. Oof. Oh, that's real bad looking. I don't know what the heck is going on there.
Oh.
Oh man, I feel like this is maybe a scoping problem at this point. Like that's real rough.
I'm seeing it. It's pretty rough, all right. It's not staying high for very long at all.
I mean, I've got it set to 5 volts per division, but like it shouldn't look like a mountain range.
Yeah. No, it shouldn't. What's the yellow trace? The second one down.
That's the pin 5 that should go high and stay high.
Oh, no, the second one down. The top one's blue. Second one is
green.
Looks yellow. Oh, green? Okay.
Yeah. It probably looks yellow because my white sheet of paper here is causing interesting glare.
Is that 714 pin 6?
I don't know which one is which. I just hooked up. But they look like they're inverse of each other. They're like perfectly inverse of each other almost.
Yeah, they would be.
Yeah. Yeah, Kalar, big oof. Right? It does look like a video signal. Encoder Duga, yeah, those are some rough wibble wobbles. We're looking at some rough wibble wobbles here. I don't know what to think about this. My brain is having trouble parsing.
It's ugly.
Parsing. Now, to be fair, I don't have ground probes hooked up on those two. So the ground is being shared internally to the scope.
Yeah, that could be causing a lot of your problems with those.
We could
especially
try
at that frequency.
I mean, there's still going to be some noise because the ground probes from the ground clips from the oscilloscope probes are not going directly to the IC. They're going through through some stuff. I think.
Yeah, they're going going to the C2, right?
Well, yeah, they're just all going to
That,
be clipped, connected to each other. But that means that they're going through a little, they're going through the clip, they're going through like a little DuPont cable over to the clip leads and whatnot.
oh, okay.
That cleaned it up a little bit. Yeah, that's enough that I think we're probably okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. That's good. That's fine.
Okay. So let's go to the end of the line. You were talking about the clock that makes it to the backplane.
Yeah.
Which I imagine is the system clock, which has got to be somehow related to this thing that we're looking at. Yeah, there we go. Sys clock. That's going to be 1203 pin 11.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
P1 pin 32.
It's easier for me to get to ICs at this point.
All right.
All right. Let's see. Do we have the sys clock? Let's fight that battle next.
That's going to be a substantially lower frequency at that point.
Hopefully.
It's going through a divider to get there.
Give me my clip
Logic
back.
of which I haven't figured out what the clock is doing.
All right, what is it? It's 1203.
Yeah.
That's way down here near the bus, huh? 12.
Probably.
1, 2, 3. So, yeah, we're going to hook you 1203 onto the ground pin. That should be a 74H180. No, just a 74180N.
Oh. 1203 is the 7437.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing then. I'm on 1204. $37? 7437?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. There we go. And then what pin was I going for? Pin 11.
Or 12.
Yeah, 12 is just the input. There we go. So let's go 14, 13, 12. There we go. That's kind of an annoyance to get onto the ground of that. So let's hook up to the ground of something else on here. There we go.
I see a signal.
You're just seeing it. I haven't plugged it in yet.
Oh.
You're seeing my fingers touching it. Let's see if I can do this without shorting a bunch of junk out. All right. We don't have that one anymore, and we don't have that one anymore. We're down to just a single thing here. And then we're going to change our trigger back to source 1. Yeah, 2 volts is fine. That's a clock. 4 megahertz.
It is 4. Well, I don't know what all that dividing is doing, but maybe just squaring the... Oh, okay. Setting the pulse width. Okay. All right.
Yeah, Kelran, I can check G clock as well. That's pin 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be the same, and the same IC even. Yeah, I don't know what the difference between sys clock and G clock is, but I can check both.
Well, there's stop clock. That goes
All
to
right.
the front panel, I believe.
Here's G clock. That is also a 4 megahertz clock.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it the same phase as the other, or is it moved over a little
Probably,
bit?
yeah, it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same because it's got the same input.
All right. I swear our CPU didn't have a clock. Like, what was that about?
Good question.
Maybe the backplane pinouts didn't line up between the 980B and 980A.
That's unlikely because I think they still use the same arithmetic units throughout.
Okay, so why is my front panel not doing anything? Does the front panel get a clock? No, the front panel has a clock switch.
Yeah. Well, there's that stop clock minus, which I think comes from the front panel also. I'm going to go to the front panel drawings and see what I can see.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
See, I got a MOD switch, MOIE switch, MDE, MAD, STD, MAE, XRO, XRE. I don't know what any of this means. None of these on here look like
MRE.
clock though. There's 4 sense switches. There's the start switch. So there is a clock that comes into the front panel called GP clock. Or I don't know if it comes in or if it's generated here, but there is a GP clock signal on the front panel. There we go. There's our clock switch. It's either off, on, or in step. And if it's on, it sends a clock on signal out, presumably to the CPU. And then step sends a step pulse, again, presumably to the CPU.
Clock on. Clock switch.
Karen, the clock switch is not on the on position, but if I switch it to the on position, nothing happens. I mean, the CPU should start running as soon as the clock goes to the on position, and it doesn't. But that doesn't mean that, like, what I don't know for sure is if that means that the clock is never making it to the CPU, or if that means that we've got something else. We just don't understand what we're doing. Because, like, even if the clock is in the off mode, I should still have front panel control to move through memory addresses and store stuff. And I don't have front panel control ever. So does this thing, does this group of stuff have the CPU in it?
No.
Yeah. Oh, it just says see
No,
notes 1 and 2.
no CPU. Yeah, no CPU schematics yet.
Oh, we don't actually have any CPU schematics.
Right.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, so G clock and sys clock are making it out of the memory control board.
Yeah.
There's a panel enable signal from the ALU to the front panel. Yeah, we can, I mean, our memory control, we're moderately confident is generating the correct clocks and sending them out. Right. So the next question is our front panel preventing things from coming up or not?
Well, is the front panel switch set to the right position? I think it is.
It doesn't matter what position. It doesn't matter what position the front panel switch is in. Everything is dead. Granted, I'm not resetting the. I'm not doing anything with M reset. I should just tie M reset high.
No, I was thinking of the key switch.
Oh, the key switch is the key switch is stuck in unlock. I think that's what it looks like.
It is. That much I remember.
Yeah, I'm just going to tie M reset high for now. I know that it's supposed to be low for a certain amount of time, but I think we're better off with it just being high.
For now, yeah.
For now, until we figure out what to do with M reset.
Makes sense.
This way I don't have to think about it for the moment. But I'm pretty sure not coming out of reset is not our problem. Even if we were like stuck in reset, I would still expect the front panel to be showing junk.
Hello. Not ready. Not. R2, R3. Okay.
All right, there we go. That should be M reset tied permanently high. Maybe not the correct solution, permanent solution, but the current solution.
No, it's not going to be a permanent. Can't be a permanent one.
Yeah.
We don't have any RAM in the system anyway, so M reset is not really. Well, that's master reset. That's right. Never mind.
There. All right, now let's turn you back on. Now I can turn this thing on and off from the front side, not having to reach around to the actual breaker here.
Oh, wait a minute. Before you do that.
Before I do what?
Think about I'm kind of thinking that M reset is an open collector type of situation. It needs to be pulled high rather than hard wired high.
Oh,
because
you're
your reset switch may go up in smoke if you flip it.
I've touched M reset to straight 5 volts plenty of times up to now.
Yeah, is it naturally high, or and do you need to pull it high? We need to figure out if it's being pulled high by itself. If it is, then we could leave it alone.
I could just ignore it. I see where you're going with this.
Because if we're pulling with a switch to low, that could cause some serious magic smoke.
Also, it's midnight. Printers have
reset.
Printers have reconnected. All right, let's check if it naturally floats high on its own here.
Let's see, where are the switches? Sent switches, no. System reset switch.
Oh, it does naturally pull itself up to 5 volts.
Okay, good.
So we just don't even need to think about it.
Good, good, good. All right.
That's why pulling it up to 5 volts also doesn't hurt anything because it's already at 5 volts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Unlock. Karen, I think the panel lock is stuck in unlock, not lock. But I don't know. I haven't been able to move it in either direction. It looks like it's turned to lock, or to unlock, I mean. But even then,
Yeah,
like I would still expect like a run light or an idle light or a breakpoint light or more lights up here something's preventing our front panel from coming alive. And I don't know if that's because, the CPU is just not feeding it any valid information, or if the front panel is refusing to run because we're like missing a clock. Unfortunately, the front panel is very hard to probe.
Yeah.
I can probe switches moderately easily. So if we can find signals on the physical switch, I can test that. But that doesn't look like the case.
The only option would be to remove all of the nuts off of the switches and pull that front panel metal panel off of the board.
That metal panel is not the concern. The ICs are actually available. It's the white panel that's the problem.
Oh. All right.
I mean, I might be able to get to some stuff behind it if I'm very smart, if I'm very lucky on which IC we want to probe here. So Z8 would be a nice one to probe. That's a tough one to get to.
Z8.
Yeah, that's our clock on signal. At that point in time, it's better to probe the backplane.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's flip it up on its side and do some backplane probing out of the front panel. See if we're seeing the signals coming into and out of the backplane like we're supposed to.
There's this clock. Z8. Okay. 3 clock. Okay.
Man, I've never had a computer so violently dead and not been able to find any indication as to why it's dead. Yeah, Cortland Swan, Z8 or Z4 would have been a nice, except that I can't get to the ICs. So I think we're at this point we're kind of relegated to backplane. So I think I'm going to start with P140 here. P1 42, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 2, 4, 6, 8, 40. So you're 40.
Wow.
Ground is around here somewhere. Ground would be like 79 and 80. Moderately confident. Yeah, 79 and 80. If you want. So we'll just go ahead and go straight up to those two guys. All right, so this should be the clock on signal, which I'm guessing should go high and stay high. Or it should be it should be dependent upon the state of the clock switch. So currently the clock switch is on, so I'm expecting that signal to go high. And it does. And if I take the clock switch off, that signal does not go off.
All right.
That's interesting.
Those are all going to ground.
So I would have expected clock on to go. I mean, it's also not super high. It's like 3.7 volts, which seems a little low to me. And it's a little noisy. So the switch has zero effect on the clock on signal.
Look at P139.
Yeah, that's PP in Lin. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it enables that gate.
Yeah. That is also high, but not a great high, like 3.2 volts.
That's high enough.
DP sounds like data path. That's usually the part of the process that selects your ALU inputs and outputs and that kind of crap.
It's not DP, it's PP. PPN, actually.
Oh, okay. Maybe the panel?
Yeah, it's high. It's high though.
Oh, yeah, that would be the switch, the key switch.
Oh, panel enable.
Yeah.
Is it though?
I would think so.
I mean, the key switch should be shown on here.
High. Yeah, at least it's high. That's the important part. That's the only thing that's keeping that gate from going low, aside from the switch itself.
I would have expected them to show the... Oh, the key switch is not actually on the front panel, so it's not going to be in this schematic.
Right.
That's annoying. Okay. Oh, right. So P139 goes to the... No, it doesn't go to the key switch. I don't know where it goes.
That's being held high.
The key switch is coming into P2. So the key switch is P280. or P2
Oh, it is?
1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. P2 15 is where the front panel switch is coming into the, or where the key switch is coming into the front panel.
Does the key switch have two pins, one for locked and one for unlocked?
No, it's just a single conductor, single pole, single throw.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, just make.
I'm wondering if, yeah, like you said earlier, if a lot of this schematic doesn't have De Morgan symbols on it, and it's obvious here. Clock on not. So that's Z10 is actually being used as a not or. If either, or if any of those inputs goes low,
The output is
then
high.
you get a high output. Yeah, the output is high, and clock on not goes true.
As does clock on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clock on goes high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no matter what I do with
Goes-
the clock switch,
nothing's happening.
nothing's
So
happening.
I'm wondering if it's possible that Z10 is dead.
I am more inclined to think that I have a bunch of bad switches here.
Well, that's true too, since it's outdoors for so long.
Yeah. So what other switches here could be causing catastrophic failures? Like we have the breakpoint switch. If we were stuck in breakpoint, that could potentially be an issue. The mode switch could be stuck in halt.
Even if it's in the center position, I mean, do you have decent switching motion when you move those switches?
Oh no, not at all. They all feel
Not
like
at
hot
all?
garbage.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, this thing's in very rough shape.
Why don't we pull the front panel and set it on the bench or table?
That's what I'm doing right now.
And use that meter.
Yep. All right.
Oh yeah. Now I remember seeing the back of that. I was thinking that the switches were in front and soldered directly to the board, but they're not.
No, they cut through the board, and then everything's soldered up
And
to wires on the
hand-wired.
backside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see here. The switches that we are mostly concerned with are on the bottom side here. So mode, clock,
Yes.
load, start. So
Did
start.
they actually label the circuit board at all? Yeah, those guys there.
Yeah, they didn't label it, so I'm gonna write down what they are on it. So that way I know which switch is doing what.
Yep.
You know, honestly, that's better than them being soldered directly to the circuit board, because that would be a real pain in the butt to have to desandwich every time you need to replace a switch.
Yeah, this is actually decently easy to replace.
Yeah.
Clock mode. What are you? Your breakpoint. KPT. And then over here, that's reset.
Let's see.
I got a feeling I'm gonna need to order 40,000 new switches. I feel like they're all gonna be bad. All right, let's hook on to, so this is for the start
Don't-
switch.
Don't buy them off of Amazon. Get some decent CK switches.
That one makes connection. All right, so the start switch is gross feeling, but makes good connection.
Okay.
As does the load switch. In both directions, even though the other direction is not wired up. These are all tied together. Here's the clock switch. That's, I feel like, what position are you in? Yeah, the clock switch is borked.
Uh-oh. Constantly on.
One side is constantly on. The other side is at 3.4K events. So when the clock goes to step mode, that actually works. The run, when the clock is in run, it's on all the time.
Okay, it's supposed to be.
No.
Isn't it?
No, it's a switch. So when the clock is in the middle position, you're not supposed to have connection
to anything.
To anything. So when the clock is in off, I still have connection to on.
Ah.
How about mode? Yeah, mode is. So the mode switch works fine. What about breakpoint?
That one's working.
It's getting there. It's a little gross. Yeah, breakpoint seems to be doing all right.
Do you have a switch to replace it now? Or that one, the clock switch?
Not out here. Ooh, the reset switch is not good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the reset switch is still very high ohm. So the reset switch only goes down to 9K.
Not good.
Yeah, so our reset switch and our clock switch are not doing great. That's fun. But I don't think, where's the, so the clock switch, let's see here, when I check the clock switch, yeah, that's connected all the time to on, which explains why clock on is on all the time. But that wouldn't prevent the CPU from coming up. I mean, this is a problem because we can't halt the clock. But
yeah,
the clock shouldn't have to go to off for the CPU to come alive.
it's been so long, I don't remember.
Well, I can't imagine that being
That's
the
not
case.
It's not a momentary, is it?
No. Well, so if you go to step, it is. So the clock has a step, which is momentary.
Momentary, yeah.
And that's, I mean, the momentary part is a little gross, but the connection was work. Yeah, the connection is fine.
When you go to momentary, do you still have continuity with the clock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no
It's
matter what
always
happens.
Okay. That's shorted.
Now the question is the switch shorted? Or is something on the switch shorted?
Ah.
Oh, E80. Yeah, that makes sense. What is note 4?
Note 4.
Note 4
Off step positions of, let's see, S8 are not flexible when S81 is connected to E80 instead of 81. Okay,
Yeah.
so need to find that I need to find that jumper.
Yeah, I don't know where that jumper is. They don't list the jumpers. Or rather, I don't see any actual jumpers. Unless they have hidden it. No, they don't have any jumpers hidden back here either. That goes to... Oh, there, okay. There's E80, E81. So yeah, I am connected up to E80, not E81.
Okay, so that's going to always be on.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's not broken. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
So what about the reset switch? Where is that one at? System reset.
All.
And that
Breakpoint.
doesn't go, that one doesn't actually go directly to ground. That goes through 6.8K and 2.2K to ground.
Oh, that's weird. Where is it in the schematic?
Oh, no, they fooled me on that guy. I thought it was connected up. Let me double check my reset switch here.
Ten switches.
Yeah, the reset switch is working fine. All right, so all the switches are working, or at least all the important switches are working.
Yeah. Address.
So have we lost some logic or something? What are these like wicked socketed ICs in here? 7411, 37, 37411, 37412, 374, I'm guessing a 13.
Oh, there is some, if I remember correctly, there is some read-only memory.
I hope those are okay.
Yeah. It'd be a good idea to pull those eventually and
That's going
make
to
a
be
file.
Z16, 17, and 18.
And 19.
Z16, 17, 18. 19 is a 41075. It's a different chip than the rest.
Yeah. But it's the same. It's a read-only memory.
Yeah.
They didn't put the part numbers on those.
Yeah, if those are borked, then we're in big trouble.
Wait a minute. H2 and 1, 2. Those are the bootstrap. If I remember correctly, those are the bootstrap memories.
Okay.
For booting up to disk or tape or whatever source of program.
I mean, that would jive with them being removable.
Yeah.
They're enabled by the EN-LDR signal.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where that comes from.
Next page, I'm sure.
The next page
Oops.
is
Previous page.
yeah.
Enable loader. Yeah.
Okay, so even if those are borked, they shouldn't, prevent anything from running. We should still see something.
Yeah, they're going to, let's see. Yeah, 16 bits. So
All right. Well, I was just trying to think. I was just trying to think, like, what could be holding the whole thing dead, right?
Yeah.
We don't even have chaos. I'm just trying to get to chaos. Like right now,
yeah, chaos would be good.
Yeah. Right now we're fully dead, and so I'm kind of grasping at straws as to why we're fully dead. I'm trying to think, like, what could prevent us from seeing a run light, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
Or even an idle light. Although
yeah.
I think I've got the memory out. That's why we did get an idle light once. Oh, if I remove the memory controller, we get the idle light.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. So we're not getting an idle light. We're not getting a run light. We're not getting a power loss light, but that's of our own design.
That's a good thing, yeah.
So, like, even if the CPU is in run mode or the clock is, and the clock is always on because it's like hardwired on.
Yeah.
Like, why are we not getting any of these lights, man? That's what I'm trying to kind of wrap my head around here. So the run light comes from the run indicator, which is on P1-11. And the idle light comes from the idle indicator, which is on P1-9. Presumably, both of those are coming from the memory control board or the CPU. Like, they're just lights on here.
Yeah.
And the fact that we get the idle light when I remove the memory control board tells me that maybe they're coming from the memory control board.
MP loss, memory power loss, maybe. Okay.
Well, yeah, we talked about MP loss.
Breakpoint light doesn't come on, so we don't worry about that. Run indicator, that would be coming from the CPU. Oops, we lost the feed.
Oh, did we? It still shows.
No, it's back. It's back. It's back.
Yeah, we're just dropping a couple frames right now. It's having a moment.
Yeah.
Like something's got to be holding this thing fully dead. I mean, have we tried powering it up with just the front panel and nothing else? No CPU, no memory controller? I mean, I would not expect it to do much, but
we should get the top row of lights probably won't come on, but your brake indicator, run indicator, and idle should come on because they would float high.
Yeah. And since the idle indicator comes on when the memory control is not in the machine, that
Right.
that implies that memory control is controlling the idle indicator.
Yeah. Z22, 23, 24, 25. I don't know what kind of chip that is.
You looking at the front panel?
Yeah.
Okay.
22, 23, 24, 25. Those are all buffers, clocked buffers.
Yeah, those are 74175s.
175s. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Does this thing have a backplane pinout? Like maybe we just look at signals on the backplane and try to make sense.
well, that's down below the memory.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell you what the signals are.
No.
I was kind of hoping for that.
Is that? Oh, I/O interface. I don't want that. Memory controller.
Yeah, Thor Drake, tired and determined. Maybe not necessarily the best combination, but that's the combination I'm in the middle of at the moment. Richard L5, I'm not sure that panel lock is. I mean, we're stuck in. I've checked the key switch previously, and it's fine. I mean, it's making connection. We can't turn the key switch, but we're pretty sure that it's locked into it's in unlock mode. But also, like, whether it's in lock or unlock, I would expect some semblance of life on the front panel when we power it up. I mean, we've got a clock. We're coming out of reset because reset is floating high. We're not pulling it low. But there's zero activity anywhere. That's what's baking my noodle here. Like, we don't get an idle light, we don't get a run light, we don't get a breakpoint light, we don't get anything, and flipping switches does nothing.
With memory in place, did you try setting an address or possibly depositing data to an address?
Yeah, I mean, I could try it again.
Actually, I just had another. Do you have a reset switch on the front panel?
No.
Yes.
Well, yeah, there is. Yeah, there is a reset switch on the front panel, but again, it doesn't do anything.
It doesn't even pulse the reset line?
It might. I don't know if it. We haven't actually like probed the reset line while doing it, but the reset switch itself is good.
Yeah, I would see if it's doing that, because if you're not even getting a reset pulse from the reset switch, then there's still something really bad going on. I would expect that to be the thing that should work before anything else should work, because you're expected to use that when things are broken and wedged.
Yeah, so if we can figure out what pin that is on the backplane, I'll check it.
Reset.
Because what I'm thinking is that it could be expecting an initial reset. And if reset is floating high because it was always floating high and there was never an initial reset to start the machine, that could be why we get nothing at all.
The reset switch goes straight to P260.
Okay. Let me flip this off. Yeah, I've got memory back in now. So the whole thing's fully populated again. But okay, so P2-60 on what? On the front panel?
Yeah.
Okay. P1, there's P2. So 80, 78, 76, 74, 72, 70, 68, 66, 64, 62, 60. All right.
I hate it when they do De Morgan in some places and no De Morgan in others. That really sucks.
So that's at 5 volts currently.
Okay.
I'm going to use the reset. Yeah, it does pulse.
You have
Hang
the,
on. Let me get a single shot. It's on like a 1 shot, I think.
no, it's going straight from the switch to that pin.
I beg to differ. Because regardless of how long I hold it low, it only gives you a low pulse for 1.5 milliseconds. Or 2.5 milliseconds.
That's weird. Because according to the schematic, it's going right straight to that. E10. Notes. Is there any notes about E10?
This could be a revision difference. They may have given it a fixed width because holding it too short or too long would screw something up. Like maybe if somebody hit it real quick, I could see that. Or if it bounced.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. There's no debounce or anything. It's just going straight, according to the schematic. It's going straight to P260 through E10, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And E76 on the other side of the switch.
I mean, it's something that's so consistent and clean that I feel like that's what it's supposed to do. It's always 2.5 milliseconds, regardless of if I push the switch up or down, regardless of how quickly or shortly I press it, always 2.5 milliseconds.
It's always, yeah.
That feels like what it's supposed to be.
Anyway, the important thing is the question is answered. You do get a proper reset.
You get a
So we officially have one thing on the front panel that does work.
Yeah, I guess.
How about the load switch?
I don't. Where's the load switch?
That would be P142.
P142.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you should get some LEDs no matter what. But you should be able to use the load switch to load a memory location.
Okay.
Load memory data.
That's currently high.
Okay. Supposed to be.
Yeah, I think it's on a one shot as well. Or not. What the heck? That's very ugly. I get like a sharp pulse.
A bounce.
It's not even really a bounce. It's like we're talking like a nanosecond pulse almost.
Oh. That's ugly.
Yeah, that's not right.
And it's not pulling all the way down. What's
Yeah.
your goes right back up is what's going on.
Yeah, but that's weird. It should. Oh, well, all right, hang on a sec. This is the deceiving part here is that that's not ground that we're going to. E20 is not ground.
E20 is not ground. Oh.
Yeah, so like the center pin of all these switches is not ground. This tripped us up earlier.
82. Okay.
So this could be a situation that something is preventing the load switch from going.
Ah.
Right, because it also goes to E17, which maybe goes someplace else or something. But the Q1 here could be, well, no, how does this work?
Well, it's being driven by Z12.
No. Yeah, Z12. So the state of Z12 can change whether it's a pull down or a pull up, right?
Right.
And the state of C12 is dependent upon PPLEN and clock on. So the panel enable and the clock on signal.
And the GP clock.
So the clock on is high all the time. We were looking at that. So the clear never gets set on that guy. So the GP clock is clocking it in, and it's going to clock in whatever data is coming in. And that data is dependent upon VCC. So that's like a power on reset that we're looking at there.
Yeah. Okay, that explains the reset too. Because as soon as it sees the clock on, reset switch minus. No, that's not going there anyway. P panel. There's that P panel enable again too.
Yeah.
On that preset of Z4. Where is that coming from?
Yeah, Calran, I think we do have a fault with the arithmetic unit, but I don't even know how to begin tracking that down without, even if we had schematics, I wouldn't even know where to begin tracking that down. Cortland Swan, pin 1 and 22 is run switch. You're talking about the mode switch, which goes from halt to run, I think.
Yeah, we don't want it in run mode anyway. Not at this point.
Yeah, well, whether it's in run or halt, we should have some activity somewhere. Like we're like fully dead. So regardless of the position of the run switch, we should have some action somewhere.
Oh, idle indicator. I just remembered. Idle indicator is it will glow basically when it's running because it comes on during a memory refresh because it's dynamic RAM.
I seem to remember that you either had the idle switch, the idle indicator, or the run indicator, but you never had both at the same time. I feel like we read that
Yeah,
somewhere.
you'll get some glow and some dimming during a dimming of the run and a glowing of the idle when you're in a refresh. Let's see. P panel enable. I don't see that anywhere.
I mean, I imagine it goes to the back plane, and then it goes off to the front panel, which is going to put it at like 15, pin 15 or something like that. Counted it
It's
out.
got to be P panel. Yeah. P panel enable. It's got to be generated on the board, but it's probably has to do with the panel switch.
Yeah, and we checked the panel switch independently.
Yeah, yeah.
And it
I'm
seemed
not terribly worried about that.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find where it gets into the logic. I just haven't found that yet.
I mean, I can check if it's. I mean, I can see where the panel switch is coming into the computer at.
Yeah.
I can probe that right quick. Well, it's at 0 volts. Unless it's supposed to be pin 80, but I think pin 80 is probably VCC. Yeah, because pin 2 is ground. So whatever that pin is at 0 volts, and it's definitely coming from the switch. 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. Yeah, so it's P2-15.
P2-15.
So wherever the heck P2-15 is on the schematic, it may not even be on here. But that's what the panel switch is.
I haven't found it anywhere.
No, PPL enable is P1-39. So I have no
really?
idea. Yeah.
Off the board. Oh, yeah. It goes off the board, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and that's the source. See the arrow going outwards.
Yeah.
P139. Oh, crap.
So I don't know what the key switch. The key switch is not the PPL enabled signal.
P139. Yeah.
Because P139 is in a wildly different place.
Yeah.
So the key switch is coming into P2 on pin 15, which, near as I can tell, is not listed anywhere on here. P214 is, but not P215.
I don't know. This is clock reset.
It's all P1.
Do you have the DMA controller plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because a lot of that depends on a lot of the operation of the system depends on that being there.
Really? I mean, it's not a
Yeah.
DMA controller, it's just the I/O card.
Oh, the I/O card.
I mean, it depends on what you mean by a DMA controller.
There is a DMA controller that should be plugged in too, I believe.
I don't. All I've got is, yeah, I don't have a DMA card or an APP card. All I've got is IO1.
IO1. Okay. Let's see.
Presumably because this thing was hooked up straight to a teletype and there was nothing to do DMA.
Power supply. Let's see. Let me bring that up.
Yeah, I'm fresh out of ideas.
DMA controller. Now that's for the 980B.
I mean, we've got reset signal, we've got clock, although we don't know if the clock is making it to the CPU. We assume it is because we see the sys clock signal hitting the backplane.
Yeah. My data sheet. Transport. DMA channel 1 and 2.
Also, rubber things just pull off. I might should go through and pull all those off and clean them. Yeah, I mean, we got nothing. We're hyper dead here.
Yeah.
I mean, I still don't understand why we get pretty consistently address bit 14 or data bit 14. I don't know how that's displaying it. And
Or
then,
randomly 50.
yeah, and then nothing can change from there.
Software interface. Object load.
But I don't get an idle light. I don't get a run light. Reset does nothing. Breakpoint does nothing. display doesn't do anything at all. Doesn't matter which display one that you hit. Doesn't matter if I set a memory address. I mean, we are very, very, very dead. And we like the messed up thing is that we don't know why.
Interrupt storage status.
Yeah, I wonder if I can find a logic ground here. I'm curious if the CPU is executing code, and I might be able to check that by looking at the, if the CPU is even running. I might be able to check that by looking at the top connectors that connect signals back and forth. If all of those are dead, that tells us the CPU is fully dead. If some of those are doing something, it tells us the CPU is also doing something. Yeah, all of these connectors that cut across the top are pretty much it. Oh, that one's at 5 volts. Not even 5 volts, it's like 3 volts. But none of them have any activity on them so far. Some are high, some are high, most are low. So the CPU is not running or executing or anything. So something is preventing the CPU from running. We got to figure out what that is.
Well, the CPU shouldn't be running, or is it in the run mode on the front panel?
Yeah, it's in run.
Okay.
I mean, I can.
Yeah, that's eliminating the DMA controller anyway, right there.
I mean, some of these, this is just the panel that connects the two ALU cards to each other. Some are high, some are low, but none of them are wobbling in any way.
Yeah. EP3 IO. Memory control. Let's see. Resets this clock.
I mean, yeah, there's zero activity. This thing is very, very, very dead.
Reset. IO. That just takes one page.
Yeah. Zero activity on the CPU whatsoever. Yeah, I think we throw in the towel now. There's like some fundamental misunderstanding going on here. Like we don't even have an avenue to troubleshoot down. Yeah, Kelren. Yeah, the state machine isn't state machining. Something isn't something. I mean, it's pretty fully inert. It acts like there's no clock, which is kind of where we started at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
But we've seen that the memory control board is at least pushing the clock down to the bus. So we've seen that. Or pushing it down to the backplane, I should say. Both G clock and sys clock. And I feel like if we have G clock, the front panel should be doing something. And the reset switch, the reset switch is an interesting one because my thinking is that the one shot is being created by somehow via Z12 here.
Yeah.
Right. When I hit the reset switch, this Q1, Z2, Z1 doop, 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 doop thing might reset itself somehow.
Oh, I get it. E78 and E10 on the switch. That's where the switch actually connects to the circuit board.
Okay.
So that makes sense now, but that doesn't explain the pulse.
Yeah, the pulse has got to be getting done by.
It's Z12 is where it's originating. How it's getting there is the big question.
Presumably from Z4 pulling Q1 in some direction.
Yeah.
I don't understand how hitting the system reset switch will do that, but it's possible that E10 also goes other places.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, no,
E10 also is on the start switch.
It doesn't have to go anything. Oh, it's all on the start switch?
Oh no, that's 510. That's confusing.
Okay. Yeah, it's just getting the pulse from that Z12. As soon as it sees the first bounce of that switch, it's setting something in motion that's causing the one shot to actually happen.
Yeah.
Okay, clock on.
That one shot is the R7 and C2, then followed by R8 and C3. That's your time delay right there.
Okay. Yeah. C2 and even beyond that, C3.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. R8 and C3 as well, yeah. Yeah, so that's how they're getting the pulse. So that's not the super confusing part. I mean, I don't know how they're initiating it or whatnot, but we have a proper reset switch pulse. We have a clock. How come the front panel is fully dead?
Yeah.
And it looks like I swear it looks like the front panel should be able to hit memory without the CPU jumping in at all.
It doesn't have to, no.
But we are fully dead from the ALU and from the front panel.
That's what the load switch is supposed to do.
Yeah, and the load switch looked real nasty. Something on the load switch didn't look right. Yeah, the load switch. Well, the load switch just goes straight out of the front panel. The front panel is doing something more here.
P142. That would go to the memory controller. Should have the same signal name at least. Let's see. Load bit switch on the RAM or on the controller.
Okay.
Oops.
Yeah, at this point in time we're running in circles. We gotta stop and regroup.
Yeah.
And think about think about just like, I mean, at this point in time we're just looking at the schematics going, maybe it's this, and there's no real rhyme or reason in the directions that we're heading. So we got to stop, regroup, come up with a game plan, or at the very least an understanding of how signals should be moving through here.
Yeah.
Because I feel like even if the CPU is misbehaving, we should still have an idle light or a run light. One of the two should be illuminated. We should still have some access to stuff, which says that if we have a fault, it might possibly be on the memory control board. Because it looks like, you know, load and reset and all these things are just, they're all hitting the memory control board as well. And my guess is that the front panel is directly interfacing with the memory control board when you're in halt mode or whatever.
Yeah, it is. Something does come to mind that the idle light, what I was mentioning earlier, that should be glowing at all times because your memory should be refreshing at all times.
Yeah, but the idle light is not glowing. The idle light is not coming on at all.
That's saying a lot all by itself.
This could still be the 19-volt issue. I mean, I would like to think that we put that issue to bed with the bench power supply.
But it still should be going through. It should still be going through the process of doing refresh, whether it's actually doing the refresh to the memory at all.
Yeah.
Logic should still be doing the refresh.
Yeah, so I think maybe next time we'll chase down the idle light. Let's focus on why the idle light isn't coming on. And we'll just chase that back and see what's preventing the idle light from coming on.
And the load bit switches.
Yeah.
That would be a secondary thing to look at too.
Yeah, that could be that it tries to pull it low and something on the memory control board is shorted high, and so it can't pull that bit low.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the CPU, we need to ignore the CPU and just focus on the front panel and the memory control board.
For right now, yeah.
Partially because
The
that's
good
what we
news The good news is at least we've determined that a lot more of this works than we originally thought.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're seeing appropriate reset signals. We're seeing clock, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. I mean, it's dead, but it's not. What's the quote? It's only mostly dead, and mostly dead is slightly alive.
Slightly alive.
Yeah, there we go.
Princess Bride. Princess Bride. Yeah.
Yep.
Miracle Man.
See, I thought you were going for that, which is not dead can eternal lie.
No, it was mostly dead is slightly alive.
He's only mostly dead. Now, how hard would it be to make a circuit card extender for this? Are they all different, or is it a common?
They're common
cards.
Yeah, so we could make a card extender for it.
I think that might be the next thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't need the memory in there to troubleshoot the memory controller, I can troubleshoot that without a card extender pretty easily. There's a lot of slotting it in and unslotting it, but that's, you know, that's not a deal breaker.
We can follow the memory refresh too. Because it's a kind of a standalone thing that says, time to interrupt you, and I've got to do a refresh, and it's just doing its thing.
Yeah.
Without being a part of anything else. It's just standalone.
Yeah, it feels like maybe, you know, memory isn't refreshing at all, which would explain why. Well, but even then, we should see something on the front panel. We should see the idle light on the front panel, or something.
If
I
the
don't know.
memory is working, yeah.
Now, working off of the B schematics, we determined that there was some logic between the general purpose clock and the memory clock that depended on certain conditions being met for the memory clock to be generated. If I remember right.
Right. But the refresh runs independently of that. It may use the system clock as a starting point, but it runs independently.
Right, but there was some logic that kept it from being put onto the back plane unless certain conditions were met.
Yeah, I think the primary point here is that we don't know what's going on here. Like, we don't understand how the memory controller card, the CPU, and the front panel are all supposed to interact with each other, and we need to figure that out before we can figure out what to chase down. Like, we just got to sit down and, like, crunch it, man. Figure it out. Figure out at least how signals are supposed to be moving back and forth. And then we can go, okay, we know that we're supposed to see the clock signal moving into the memory card in these places. Is that clock signal there? Yes. Okay. Now we know that we're supposed to see this here. Yes. And then, like, there's a fundamental disconnect in how the logic actually works on the machine and our understanding. And we gotta figure that out.
I've just found the refresh clock. It's separate. It's its own entity. It's a simple RC 7404 oscillator.
Yeah, so we'll chase that down next time.
Yeah. At least I found the refresh.
Because the CPU may well be be unhealthy, but the CPU shouldn't have to be all that healthy in order for the front panel to at least control some things.
Yeah.
Has anybody dug through the documentation to see if there is like a theory of operation or a boot process, something like that?
There is a theory of operation for the memory, I believe, and the CPU, but we don't have the schematics for the CPU. But we're not worried about the CPU right now, anyway.
Well, come on.
Gotcha.
There you go.
I
Yeah. All right,
think that's
big
part of the
bucks.
volume 2 and volume 3 manuals.
Oh, that's a lot of mean wells.
That you got to pick up again.
Yep. There we go. I-10. All right. I think that's where I'm going to throw the towel in for the night. I'm pretty sleepy.
I assume all the original software for it is still lost. Or did
I think there's some TI-980 software out there somewhere, I think.
the only thing I've seen is I've seen a modern fourth for it, but that's all that I've seen for it. I haven't seen any original software at all for it.
Oh, all right.
The guy that was going to the Smithsonian said there was some software in the Smithsonian collection for it. Imaging that software would be difficult.
Meisaka, it was 0 progress on the 980 today. We tried our best. We got our asses kicked. But that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah. We did at least verify that there's a clock. It shouldn't take 4 hours to just go, yeah, there's a clock, but I think that's probably, and the reset button works. We verified that as well. So it was a very unproductive night. Well, yeah, we also are slightly unsure about the 19 volts coming out of the power supply. I got to figure out how to get 19 volts over there. And maybe, I don't know, does Meanwhile make a 19 volt supply? They may not. I don't know. Maybe I'll find something and we'll slip that in next week. So that way we don't even have to think about the 19 volt anymore. Even if it's not getting used, I swear that thing was not pulling any current, and it absolutely should have been. But,
it was pointed out in the comments that 19 volts is common for laptop power supplies. So a generic high current laptop.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that could work. That's getting a little ghetto, but we'll see what we can do.
You may have to break open the thing and adjust the voltage a little bit, but as long as it's pretty close to 19.2.
Yeah, I think as long as it's just like 19, it'll be good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna shut this one down. Good night, laptop number 1. I got about another 10 minutes of editing to knock out, 10 minutes of video to knock out in the edit tomorrow. That's going to take probably 8 hours. Yeah. All right. Was not as fruitful as we had hoped, but we'll come back with a game plan. And hopefully we'll get some traction. I feel like as soon as we get our foot in the door, we're going to make progress in leaps and bounds, but we just can't get that door to crack even a little bit. So as soon as we do, I think it'll get interesting.
we'll start moving. Yeah, once we get a foothold.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all so much for joining tonight. We'll see you next week.